And good afternoon. Hi, my name is Barry Selby. This is Tuesday, and today's topic is a little bit about truth. Tuesday Truth. Let's call it that for the sake of argument. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. This is number 159. Yes, 159. Message from the masculine to inspire the feminine heart. I am a passionate champion for the divine feminine, and I'm also a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. This topic basically is because I want to remind you of something. There are many people, and you're probably not one of them, but there are many people who are caught up in the paradigm that they're looking for love out there. And I've talked about this before, about looking for love in all the wrong places. In fact, I spoke about that last Monday, I think, or Tuesday. But I want to start speaking more directly, one, about where to find love truly for yourself, and secondly, how to access it more easily, more readily, and more consistently. Actually giving you homework. Try this one for size. So, to bring that to the forefront and bring the topic in, this is not the easiest topic to bring up to a lot of people. They think that they aren't worthy of love. And I just want to speak to this first. I'm going to put this in simple terms. Many of you are wounded, as in carrying the wounds of childhood into your adult life. You're actually probably coming from the place where you don't know if you actually deserve love. And I'm going to be blunt about this because I want to make sure we get to the truth and also give you a teaching in about 10 minutes, so we'll see how this works. First of all, whatever happened to you in your childhood, whatever happened to you in your teenage years, whatever happened to you in your past relationships, does not need to affect who you are now. Let's take that one for size. I'm going to give you that one right up front. For many of you, and I just saw it recently, I was on a conference call an hour ago, and I just saw it happen there, where childhood trauma, childhood memories are still influencing a woman who's in her adult years. And I see that so many times with clients that you, for example, are carrying this weight upon your shoulders, this sense of limitation that isn't required. And one of the key parts I work with my clients on, and we'll give this to you now, is different techniques and tools and steps to really create a sense of trust and love of yourself. Because you will never have a relationship that will fill you up fully without loving yourself first. You will never find the love you want out there until you find the love inside. That's as simple as it gets. And I'll give you some cheats, some tools and techniques of how to do that so you can take it into your life and do it right now. First of all, your paradigm shift, your paradigm awakening, as it were, is by accessing the love that you already are, by remembering who you are, and by remembering that who you were before, and independent of what happened to you, you'll start to access the love that you really are. And I'm going to give you a couple of tools, and it sounds like trust me, it's true. With the work I've done over my own spiritual journey, and also with the seminars and teachings and learnings I've had over the last 30 plus years, one of the fundamental things I keep remembering and learning and being taught, and I teach others, is that love is actually in you. It isn't outside of you. Whatever you did or didn't do, whatever happened to you or didn't happen to you, you are filled and sourced in love. However, for many of you out there, accessing it isn't so easy, because you've got a wall, in fact you've got a trapdoor hammered shut on top of that love with all the judgments you carry about what's not working or what didn't work or how you aren't deserving. So I want to give you some tools to lever up some of those nails out of the trapdoor so you can open and let the love come out, because this is the way it's working. You are built, filled and sourced in love. However, you may have forgotten that you have it, because over the years you slowly closed the door on it and then nailed it shut with different things that happened to you. Either you let happen or you did yourself, that you basically held yourself back from being able to love more fully. It doesn't have to happen anymore. You actually are allowed, in fact I'm inviting you, recommending and demanding of you that you remember that you are love underneath that trap door, and that you can in fact take the nails out of the door that it'll slam shut so it can open of its own accord and the love can pour out. Okay, that's the second time I said that. So let me get to the teaching so you can have it. In my daily Facebook Lives, I've often recommended that you practice some self-love with the mirror, like doing mirror work, which is and this form of mirror work is one of the things I teach. To take 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, you look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, and say it out loud and clearly so that you feel it and you receive it internally. And then it comes back to you because, of course, being a mirror, it's reciprocal. That's one of the things I teach. But let me do something else with you right now. When you do that exercise, which I invite you to do every day anyway, here's some nuances and some other pieces I teach that will help you with what you're working with. If there is a part of you, for example, and please take it the way that works for you, whether you have a judgment against your 8-year-old self, because something happened at 8 years old with your dad that you can't forgive, that you're so upset by and hurt by that you never can forgive it. What you've done is nail the door shut on the loving that was in the 8-year-old. Here's how you can start. One of the tools I recommend you can start doing is when you're looking in the mirror, again, I'm going to keep using these exercises because it works on so many levels. Looking in the mirror in your own eyes, saying I love you, do that for 5 minutes first. And then when you feel it really connecting inside and you feel this cycle of loving happening more consciously, bring into your eyes in the mirror your 8-year-old. Look into the eyes of her as a young woman, young girl, and see her beyond anything that happened to her. Now again, I'm using this as an example. This is purely pulling out of thin air. But if it resonates for you and it may happen at 13 or happened at 5 or happened and you're a boy, or you were a boy at the time, you're a man who was a boy, this will work for anybody at any point in your life. But it's a fundamental teaching that I work with, and I'm giving you one of the tools I use, which is mirror work. I do a lot more work besides that. But if you can bring to bear the feeling and the energy of love to the one in the mirror who's that young, if you can actually see in your mirror your own self at that age, of say 8 years old, if that's the age, and you can say to her and send to her your love and say I love you to the 8-year-old, what you'll start doing, and again, you take time to do this and you become more facile in this as you work through it, what happens is you start to have a healing transformation happen with your 8-year-old, because what's happening is she was shut down at 8 years old by something that happened by her dad. Again, this example. She hasn't felt love since then. As an adult woman, you can say to her in the mirror, see the 8-year-old inside of you, because she's still inside. The memory's in there, the feeling's in there, in your cells. Is tell her, I love you to her, so that she starts to feel it. And what happens is she will start to blossom. That younger self, part of you, will start to blossom, and you will start to change. As an adult, you will start to integrate. Now I'm giving you the cliff notes of a much deeper piece of work I do with my clients. But it's profound. Now I'll give you one more, because there's something else that comes up. For many women out there, if you're somebody who has, over the years, put up armor and protection by putting on weight, to protect yourself from whatever happened when you were younger, or to make yourself appear invisible, because that happens too, so you don't get attention you don't want, which you had when you were younger, it may be time for you to shed that and release that. And it's not about the diet, that's secondary. But what you can do, again, using the mirror work, I'm going to give this to you again, the power of this is deceptive. You might think, oh yeah, right. No, trust me, this works. If you're a woman, and if it's a man too, if you have judgments on your body because it is overweight or it's out of shape or whatever it is, because you judged it because of what happened when you were younger, you can heal and make peace with, and better yet, start to appreciate your own body again by using the same mirror. And this time you'll need a full-length mirror, because you want to look at yourself in the mirror, and in privacy, please. If you do this naked in front of a mirror, yes, naked, that's the word I used, in front of a mirror, to look in the mirror at those parts of your body you've judged for the last 5, 10, 20, 30 years, and tell those parts that you love them by saying I love you in the mirror to those parts of your body, maybe your hips, maybe your feet, maybe your knees, maybe something else, maybe your stomach. You can actually heal your body image issues by loving yourself. Now again, this is Cliff Notes, and it's not the deep work I do, but it's part of the work I do. If you're willing to take this on, to deal with body issues, to deal with judgments against yourself, against your younger self, you can start to remove those nails. As I mentioned, in the trapdoor, you locked over your own loving. And when you start to bring forward the loving, it sounds counterintuitive because I'm saying you're bringing forward the loving, but the loving is trapped under the trapdoor. You actually remove the nails and you free up the love that you have. And it's kind of like you're lighting the fuse to the massive amount of love stored inside because you're putting love in. Well, the key to that door is your loving. When you open the door, that love you are pours forward, you become more whole. In fact, you become whole. And your ability to love and then attract love, which is the answer to all this, becomes easier because you become a magnet for the love you already are. So starting from love is truly the way to attract the amazing relationship. Lynn, no, I'm not in a relationship at the moment. I'm single. But I teach this because I love teaching it. It's my work, it's my passion, it's my service to particularly women, help women own their own loving so they can attract the love they really want and deserve and desire. So I think that's the teaching. So if you're just joining me, I'd invite you to go watch from the beginning because this is a big piece of work that you can use in your own life without my help and get where you want to go in terms of loving, attracting what you really want and deserving it. This is, by the way, one of my daily Facebook Lives. This is number 159, I think it is. I've done a lot of these. And I invite you to watch them anytime you want. They're on my business page on Facebook. They're also on my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby. Also my website, which is barryselby.com, on my video blog page. You can reach out to me if you want some help in this area, if you want help in really owning and appreciating who you are and letting go of the judgments or the resentments or the blocks to actually have the love you want. And if you have any comments below, I'll put them below. Sorry, if you have any comments or questions about this technique and things I was teaching, put them in the comments below and I'll answer them later on. These are my daily Facebook Lives. I do love sharing this with you, with my audience, with my clients. And I hope you get benefit from this. If you have any questions, if you do feel like you want to ask more questions, and if you want to put any comments in, again, put them in below. And if you want to make sure you're notified next time I go live, there should be a button or something underneath this broadcast that lets you do that so you get notified next time I go live. And that, my friends, is that. I'm back again tomorrow from my next broadcast, which will be, again, messages from the masculine to inspire the feminine heart. And I think I covered everything. Let me stop now before I keep repeating things again and again. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.